This is One on One. We are pleased to be joined by Lauren Wood, who is the founder of Humanly, which is?
It's a digital community engagement platform for people impacted by cancer. Patients, caregivers, nurses, oncologists.
You started this year.
I did.
Because?
I joined an organization called Immunomedics. It's a biopharma out in Morris Plains, and they were very invested in, looking to find and build opportunities to better understand the daily impacts of people impacted by cancer.
And your personal connection. Talk about it.
I lost my mother to cancer 16 years ago yesterday, actually. And it was through that process that I sort of discovered that there was an enormous gap in not only understanding what it was like to live with someone who is navigating life with a disease, but also, how you manage that impact in that moment and that pivotal shift in your life as you kind of move on and grow and live, and how it shows up in very different ways. It's
interesting. It's described as a voice recording. There is a voice recording of stories. We're about to listen to one of those stories. And some pictures that go with it. Set this up for us. What are we about to listen to?
So we're about to listen to a submission from one of our community members. It's from parents who lost their son to cancer. And what they're really trying to do is just share more about, again, what their personal experience was by losing their son. Not about the clinical aspects of it, the treatment or the side effects, but really how it impacted their lives.
The human side.
Yes, exactly.
Let's take a listen.
Our son Jake was diagnosed with a rare brain tumor at the age of 2 in 2012. He underwent a 6-hour brain surgery, 14 rounds of chemotherapy, and 28 rounds of radiation. When Jake was 7 years old in 2017, he relapsed, which required him to have another extensive brain surgery, 8 rounds of chemotherapy, and 33 rounds of radiation. We learned a lot about life from Jake's experience. Our family fed off his positive attitude, optimistic outlook, and how he always lived in the present. Jake taught us that no matter what the circumstance is, we have to live in the now, even when the now seems ordinary and quiet, because the present is very special. Jake taught us that it's senseless to think about the past because there's nothing we could do to change it. Jake's young mind also taught us that thinking about the future is pointless because the future is never guaranteed.
So interesting. I mean, part of that was a little about the clinical side, but then they talked about the very human side, right?
Exactly.
How does that help people?
It helps them understand how people think about this disease and the way that they talk about it, and the way that, again, that it shows up in a very emotional way in their lives. I think, many people associate cancer, again, with infusion centers and bald heads, and they're really blinded from understanding the humans behind the disease, and that's very much what we're trying to shed light on.
And undoubtedly there are people watching right now who are either personally dealing with cancer or a family member, someone close. If they wanted to submit a story, and we'll put your website up right now, how could they do it? Could they go on the site?
Yes, you can go online to livehumanly.com. You can also check us out on Instagram or on Twitter. And you can engage in a variety of ways. You can record a submission so someone can hear your voice and actually hear you telling your story, or you can engage with it like you would a Twitter or a Facebook and just type in an entry. And you can share a variety of things, whether it's something that brought you joy, or a memory you have of someone that you lost, or a resource you might have found helpful that helped you navigate life, life with cancer.
What's it done for you?
It's been a very cathartic experience, and I think for me, if anything, it's not only reminded me how prevalent this disease is and that everyone really will interact with cancer at some point in their lives, but it's also been a wonderful and beautiful reminder of how short life is and how much we have to be grateful for, and that there are so many people out in the world who have gone through something similar to what you personally are navigating at any point in time. And to know that that is out there and to find that community is so enriching and encouraging, and it provides, I think, a different level of strength and optimism, and certainly will hopefully drive self-advocacy, searching for answers, searching for more information, and really pushing to get the best care and strive for the best outcome.
It's interesting, and if you don't want to talk about this, it's fine, but you're a very young woman now. You were even younger, much younger when you lost your mom. there was nothing like this for you
No.
or family members. Is that in part what has driven you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I had no idea where to go for information.
What did you do? I mean, how young were you?
I was about 14 when she passed away. My sister was 9. And so a lot of it was navigated independently on our own.
At 14 and 9. Go ahead. I mean,
It was family. I mean, we were very lucky to have a support network and a support system. And I think, part of what is driving humanly is to provide that community and this kind of neutral environment for people to share what has happened and how they've reacted to cancer, but also to connect with other people who have gone through something similar. I didn't have that.
is that you?
It is. And that's Mom.
Before I let you go, tell us something about your mom.
She was an incredibly beautiful person inside and out, and she made it her career to support other people in navigating chronic diseases. And I would love to have the same opportunity to give back to the world in the same way.
That's exactly what you're doing. Rewarding.
Very.
So let's remind folks again about going on the site.
Yes.
Can we put up the site one more time before we close out this segment? Someone goes on the site, they want to contribute. And again, you said it could be any aspect.
Yep. Any aspect. And you can also go on and just browse.
What do you mean?
You can go on, you can see the submissions from other users, other community members. You can see some of the resources they might have posted, whether it's advocacy groups or recipes or books or songs. You can create your own experience as you go on there. And there's no one particular company pushing any particular message. It's very much by the people, for the people kind of environment. And I hope that it inspires people to share it, because by sharing, other people can learn from their experience.
No, and I'm confident you just help an awful lot of people that you will never maybe meet, but your help nonetheless is significant. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Catch us next time.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation. Funding has been provided by the Russell Berry Foundation, Englewood Health, the law firm of Gibbons, P.C., New Jersey Resources, Caldwell University, ADP, and by Kessler Foundation. Promotional support provided by NJ.com and by New Jersey Family Magazine and NJFamily.com. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.